Welcome back to the Building Belmont podcast. If we haven't met before, my name is Keanu, friend, neighbor, citizen, and also a business owner in this community. Several years ago, over 5 years ago, my wife and I moved to this community and we fell in love with the people, what it had to offer, and the way that it really takes you in. And I wanted to, in some small way, support that effort to connect people, ultimately bringing people together. They don't have to like each other. They don't have to leave as friends, but connecting people. That was the catalyst for this platform. So if you haven't yet, we've interviewed several business owners in the community, got to capture their stories. Go back and listen to some of our episodes. But in this season, right now, leading into the November election, our local leadership landscape has the potential to change drastically, and change not necessarily being a bad thing, but there are 4 city council seats that are technically up for election, and our mayoral seat is up for election, given our former mayor, Charlie Martin, resigned his seat early due to health issues. Thank you for your service, Charlie. But with that being said, we have current city council member that is running for mayor. If they are elected to mayor, their seat has to be filled. There are 3 city council members that their seat is up for re-election. Some of them are running for their seat again. Others are moving on. And we have local leaders that want to step up to the plate to lead. So you see, it's very important to get the community involved so you know that you are represented by your local leadership in the issues that you want to address, and ultimately the community that you want to raise your family or grow your business in. So in this season, we have partnered with other great organizations to host a forum Thursday, October 19th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. We will have a mayoral forum discussion, then a break to meet candidates, followed by a city council forum and discussion. We will have refreshments. This will be hosted at the Pointe Church on Wilkinson in Belmont. So it's a place to connect and understand, get to know more deeply what your candidates are campaigning on, what they feel best represents the community, and to make your voice heard, to be able to connect and understand what is going on or the future of our community. So ultimately, just in the beginning, this platform was about connection. It is still about connection. After the election, we will go back to interviewing and connecting with other great business owners, capturing their stories and getting to connect you with them personally. It's very inefficient for a business owner to meet with 12,000 people to tell their story. So if you're new, please like, subscribe, follow all the things in whatever platform you're seeing this on. But for right now, we're going to focus in on the elections. What we're doing now in advance of the forum is introducing you to each candidate. So all of the candidates for city council and, of course, for Belmont City Mayor have been invited to introduce themselves here. Of course, they've all been invited to the forum Thursday, October 19th. And now I am honored to introduce you to them in a short 10-minute episode so they get to share their story, why they're running, and connect you with them, but also share their information if you want to connect with them personally to understand, or to share your concerns, or to share your ideas or your vision for the community that you represent. Ultimately, all leadership is only a representation of its people in business and government, and we can't do anything about our landscape really at large as a country as much as we can do here locally. You get to meet these candidates, you get to vote for these candidates and get to understand what they're really running on and express your concerns if you have them. So we'll look forward to seeing you Thursday, October 19th. We will be live and live streaming. So if you want to join in person, there's going to be a chance between the forums to actually address or approach each candidate at the same time. We will be live streaming because this is 2023 and there's no reason anything that we're doing can't be live streamed. So we'll be live streaming to you through the Building Belmont YouTube. So subscribe here so you get notified and you're aware when that does come back around. And again, just like you, I am here to connect and grow my family as a citizen, someone that ultimately enjoys connecting people. And anything that I do, my favorite thing is connection. So that is still the purpose here. That will always be the purpose here. And we look forward to connecting you to your future leadership. Enjoy.
My name is Cynthia Hegler, and I am running for city council. I am passionate about small businesses, medium businesses, all businesses, all of our neighborhoods and communities. And I am for equal representation, middle housing, and I am running for council to make sure all those things are honored and taken care of, and that we build a bigger, stronger community.
What was your background and your experience in Belmont?
Let's see. I have been on the historic Belmont Foundation starting in 2015, I think. I was on the Main Street Advisory Board. I was the chair of the design committee. And then I took a few years off to start my business, Southern Home Group, where we develop, rehab, broker, Airbnb, and provide rental property. And then about 2.5 years ago, I was appointed to planning and zoning, and I am on the missing middle steering committee right now. I'm also on the pedestrian plan steering committee, but I haven't done as much work there as I do on the missing middle.
Two things, the planning and zoning board, what led you to that, and what do you actually do, or what does really planning and zoning do as a whole for those that might not be aware? And then the missing middle, what is that and why is that important?
Perfect. So yes, the planning and zoning board, I am just a board member there. So we basically get to look at plans that come through and permits that come through, commercial developments, special use things coming through, not special use permits, those pass us. But we get to consider plans that are coming through, and we use the code to guide our decision making. It's not based on our opinion or if we like anybody. We get to look at text amendment and our building and zoning code, and get to do a lot of fun city and land planning things. With missing middle housing, I started that about 2 years ago, working with developers to really get put into the code where we're missing middle housing. So our land values and our home values are increasing substantially and quickly. And we're working on our code to make it more honor middle housing so that we can house employees, first responders, teachers, librarians. So I'm very passionate about that.
The missing middle, is that something that's common throughout the country, and or is it you see it surface more in specific regions or towns like ours?
It is actually a nationwide issue. So our population has increased by 3 times since the 60s, and our construction is down about 70% from 2008. So we are quite simply not building enough houses to house everybody who's being born since the mid 90s, basically. And that is a lot of issue with zoning and building code and the red tape to build for people. So it is a national problem, but also a large problem here, since of course we have infrastructure issues, road issues, school issues that all need to be worked on so that we can build for everybody to afford in all different price ranges.
Well, every candidate has a unique experience and unique perspective. Yours being, as a business owner, someone who works in real estate development, construction, having a pulse there and understanding what that's like, but at the same time being on planning and zoning, where you help to serve the community in that regard. So it's one hand on the side of public service and government, and the other as a developer. So I think that's a perspective. What in your path or in your journey made you want to take the next step in city council specifically?
Yes, so I see issues from all neighborhoods all the time. I've worked in all neighborhoods from North Belmont to East Belmont to the Reed community, here in Davis Park where I live, and I am very passionate about working on all the different needs from all the different communities. So as a developer, I've really watched, it's hard to build houses under $500,000 here. And I really, just being a single mother and struggling with affordable housing myself in the past, love to build houses under $300,000. And I'm really passionate about creating situations where we can do that, and working on city council to make those changes that we need, support business and entrepreneurs so they can afford houses here, and just all work together to really honor and build up our whole entire community.
Okay. Well, I think the experience translates well. Again, every person that's stepping up to the bat to serve, I want to say thank you, because it is public service, and public service, regardless of the role, from city council to first responders and everything in between, is a very thankless role. But at the same time, it requires people that see, hey, I want to serve my community. I want to step into that. So I do believe that to be true of every candidate. At the same time, I choose to believe everyone is doing the best that they can. Helps me sleep better at night. So I want to say thank you for stepping into that. We have an amazing forum that's coming up Thursday, October 19th, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. We're going to get to discuss and dive deeper. I already want to ask more questions. I already want to pull on more of your experience, but even more so, your perspective, experience, and focus as it pertains to other candidates, and how we can have some enlightening conversation. We'll definitely will that evening, but people don't have to wait to engage with you. We don't have to wait until Thursday, October 19th for the event. They can engage with you now. Tell us where to find you and how people can get in touch.
Absolutely. I am very active on Facebook, so you can scroll down for 2 years and read all kinds of stuff. Cynthia Hegler on Facebook. You can direct a message. I also have a website, cynthiaforbelmont.com. My personal cell phone number is on that website, as well as my email address. So you can text me, email me, message me. I'm on Instagram, Cynthia Hegler 23, and I am happy to come meet with people, invite them to we have a number of Meet the Candidate events, and especially yours, which I'm excited about. And thank you for hosting that as well.
Yes, well, thank you for being a part of it and being able to have all the candidates together. We will have opportunity at the event, of course, where we'll get to discuss on stage. We'll be live streaming as well for those that can't make it, but time in between the questions and the on-stage portion where people can meet candidates and have conversations and actually address their issues directly. So thank you for your service to the community. Thank you for running, as with every candidate, again, stepping up to that thankless role to lead. And I'll look forward to seeing you on Thursday, October 19th.
Thank you so much. I look forward to it as well.